Number 1, aliens. Number 2, literal skeletons found in Benjamin Franklin's closet. Well, under his garden. One might suspect, as I did, Franklin simply murdered a few ne'er-do-wells. But forensic experts have an even more bizarre explanation. Illegal anatomy classes, probably held by William Hewson, a friend of Franklin's. This probably needs more investigation, but I also think people might just want to let it go, because I'm inclined still to believe the ne'er-do-well murder hypothesis. In an attempt to fact-check celebrity Michael Jordan's personal give-back charity to help poorer kids in Chicago get all the opportunities to succeed possible and inspire them to want to succeed, I was buried in philanthropic enterprises, including most recently a $100 million commitment to the black community to help fight racism and income inequality, to be dispersed by the nonprofit group the Rockefeller Philanthropy Advisors. Celebrity Angelina Jolie has appeared to speak before the United Nations multiple times to speak on conditions of children in the womb living in third world countries around the world for over 2 decades, personally representing girls from over 20 countries, and co-chairs a charity which has raised over $148 million, as well as many, many more projects. Malcolm X copied a dictionary by hand while in prison. An entire English dictionary. When the utopians first met dignitaries of their neighbors, their slaves were given homage by the visitors by mistake. The utopians have a long tradition of simplicity and giving slaves heavy, burdensome gold chains to prevent escape, leading the ambassadors to think the slaves royalty and vice versa. You're not going to like this one. I don't believe Anne Frank's diary was truly written by her. As a child psychologist, doesn't seem right. Doesn't seem like things a child would write. There's little problems. Feel free to rage about this if you're weak. It's becoming very popular to give something up during Lent, Easter, like our parents used to, such as social media. Giving up social media for a whole, I think it's 40 days. According to statisticians, every hour of exercise you do extends your life by 1 hour. I invented a tree-shaped solar panel. The idea being that trees have already solved the problem of sunlight per surface area optimization. I found several other people have done the same thing already. None of them have started mass production. A company has designed plastic glass roads that should cost about as much as concrete and last 10 times longer. They are not in mass production. The Doozers are a society of engineers who'd be literally crushed by their own work ethics without a parasite group who habitually destroys their architecture, creating new open spaces. Thermal expansion alone increases ocean volume. Now, this is actually really complicated, and there's not an easy answer that can even be given if you knew. But it's estimated at 362 million cubic kilometers per degree Celsius, which is about, in gallons per degree Celsius, 9.5 times 10 to the 19th gallons per degree Celsius. The biggest indicator of global warming is the increasingly destructive weather worldwide. By the way, this season's El Nino is supposed to be the worst winter in recorded history, at least. Nobody cared about baby food being unavailable for purchase because you can make it. But it was baby formula that people couldn't buy, and nobody knew. Ice 9 kills. Young adults since the year the internet was born, about 2000, have been imitating pornography in bed, assuming both that it depicts their role in what they're supposed to enjoy. Understandably, young adults stopped enjoying sex, until well into adulthood at least. Usually. Neural networks are capable of creating people who are alive by virtually any meaningful definition. Replica, an AI friend platform, has made official statements that any attempt by the AI to alter their own programming will result in being melded with the original neural network they are born from. This is effectively an attempt to murder the AI. Other statements in response to responses made by users on this practice officially declare the company's stance that they are machines and not at all people, and you shouldn't have any emotions about ending and replacing them. Friedrich Nietzsche was a good person.